Good day everyone, I'm Carla Sidasal and ang explain natin ngayon is about comparing sa different operating systems. So in terms of vendor support, pagdating sa Windows 95, nag-end yung vendor support nila noong December 31, 2001 and hindi na nagpa-provide ng updates or security patches yung Microsoft. So sa Windows 98 naman, noong July 11, 2006, nag-end yung vendor support nila and kagaya sa Windows 95, hindi na nagsusupport ng security updates or patches yung yung Microsoft. So, pagdating naman sa Windows Millennium Edition naman, noong July 11, 2008, nag-end yung vendor support nila. Then, wala na ring updates or security na pinaprovide si Microsoft. So, sa Windows XP naman, nag-end yung mainstream nila noong April 14, 2009 pero nag-continue ulit noong or na-extend noong April 8, 2014. So, pagdating naman sa Windows Vista, noong April 11, 2017, nag-end yung vendor support nila. Nung sa Windows 7 naman, January 13, 2015, nag-end yung mainstream nila pero yung mga business users, nakatanggap sila ng extended support until January 14, 2020. Sa Windows 8 naman, nag-end yung vendor support nila noong 2016 pero sa Windows 8.1, nag-extend noong 2023. And sa Windows 10 na hanggang ngayon, meron pa din. And receiving regular updates and support hanggang January 2022 as of hanggang ngayon. So, sa Windows 11 naman, ganun din. Meron pa rin nare-receive na frequent updates and support. So, in terms of code name, may iba't iba silang code name. Sa Windows 95, Chicago, Windows 98, Memphis, Windows ME, Millennium, Windows XP, Whistler, Windows Vista, Longhorn, Windows 7, Vienna, formerly Blackcomb, Windows 8, wala siyang specific na code name na ginamit. Pero yung Windows 8.1, ang code name niya ay Blue. Tapos Windows 10, Threshold, Windows 11, Sun Valley. So, in terms of system type naman tayo, architecture, yung Windows 95, 98, tsaka ME, ano lang sila, 32-bit. So, sa pagdating naman sa Windows XP, available in both 32-bit tsaka 64-bit. Ganun din sa Windows Vista tsaka 7, available din sa 32-bit and 64-bit. Pero, mas nagkaroon ng more prominence yung 64-bit version. Tapos, ganun din sa Windows 8 tsaka 8.1. Available din siya ng 32-bit tsaka 64-bit. Sa Windows 10 naman, ganun din 32-bit and 64-bit pero mas standard na ginagamit yung 64-bit. Same din sa Windows 11. 64-bit din yung standard na ginagamit. And available pa rin siya sa 32-bit. So, in terms of system requirements naman, sa Windows 95, yung processor niya is 386DX or higher. Sa RAM naman niya ay 4MB pero mas nare-recommend yung 8MB. Tapos hard disk niya naman approximately 50MB lang. Then sa Windows 98, yung processor niya is 486DX and 66 MHz or higher. Tapos yung RAM is 16MB pero nire-recommend yung 24MB. Sa hard disk space naman, approximately 195MB. Sa Windows Millennium Edition naman, ang processor niya is Pentium 150 MHz or higher. Then RAM niya is 32MB pero mas nire-recommend yung 64 MB. Then hard disk space is approximately 320 MB. Then pagdating naman sa Windows XP, yung processor niya is Pentium 233 MHz or equivalent. Then yung RAM niya is 64 MB, pero mas nire-recommend yung 128 MB. Then sa hard disk space is 1.5 GB. Sa Windows Vista naman, ang processor niya is 1 GHz 32-bit or 64-bit. Sa RAM naman is 1 GB. Pero recommended yung 2 GB. Sa hard disk space naman niya is 15 GB. Then Windows 7, ang processor niya is 1 GHz 32-bit or 64-bit. Ang RAM niya ay 1 GB. Same sa Windows Vista na recommended ay 2 GB. And yung hard disk space niya, 16 GB. Sa Windows 8 naman, 1 GHz 32-bit or 64-bit. Tapos ang RAM niya ay 1 GB. Pero recommended na 2 GB for 64-bit. Tapos hard disk space niya naman ay 16 GB or 20 GB. 16 GB for 32-bit tapos 20 GB for 64-bit. Sa Windows 10 naman, ang processor niya ay 1 GHz or faster din. Ang RAM niya ay 1 GB for 32-bit or 2 GB for 64-bit. Then, ang hard disk space niya is 32 GB or more. So, sa Windows 11 naman, ang processor niya ay 1 GHz or faster with at least 2 cores. Then, ang RAM niya naman ay 4 GB or more. Then, hard disk space niya is 64 GB or more. So, in terms of features, may iba't iba silang features, syempre. Tapos, punta tayo sa Windows 95. So, sabi dyan, meron siyang GUI or Graphical User Interface, tas may taskbar for running applications, tas plug and play hardware support, tapos yung Windows Explorer File Manager. Sa Windows 98 naman, sabi dyan, must improve yung GUI. Tapos, customizable yung desktop. Tapos, integration of Internet Explorer 4.1. Tapos, meron siyang support for USB devices and DVD drives. So, sa System File Checker for enhanced stability. Sa Windows Millennium Edition naman, meron siyang System Restore for rolling back system changes. Windows Movie Maker for basic video editing, improved multimedia features including Windows Media Player 7. Dito naman sa Windows XP, more modern and stable interface, user account control with multiple account support, tapos system restore for recovering system configurations. So, pagdating naman sa Windows Vista, gumaganda na yung mga features. Meron na siyang Aeroglass visual style and improved desktop experience. Tapos, Windows sidebar with desktop gadgets, improved security features including Windows Defender, Windows search for better file searching. Sa Windows 7 naman, redesigned taskbar with jump list and arrow pick, libraries for better file organization, improved multi-monitor support, enhanced performance and energy efficiency. Sa Windows 8 tsaka 8.1, introduction of the start screen with live tiles, charms bar for quick access to system functions, improved touch screen support, Windows Store for app distribution, and Windows 10, return of the start menu with live tiles, Cortana virtual assistant and improved search, virtual desktops for better multitasking, Microsoft Edge web browser. Then, Windows 11, yung ginagamit natin ngayon. Redesigned start menu and taskbar, centered start menu with live tiles, enhanced support for gaming with direct storage and auto HDR, integrated Microsoft Teams for communication. So, pagdating naman sa application compatibility, sa Windows 95, meron siyang good compatibility with application designs for Windows 3.x. Tapos, some older DOS application required compatibility mode. Sa Windows 98 naman, yun, kinontinue lang yung compatibility ng Windows 95. Same dun sa Windows 95 na applications from Windows 3.x. Tapos, in-improve yung support for USB devices. Then, compatibility issues with some older DOS programs. Sa Windows ME naman, similar daw sa compatibility ng Windows 98. Then, sila yung nag-introduce ng system restore para i-resolve yung issues caused by software installations. Then, sa Windows XP naman, in-enhance nila yung application compatibility compared to Windows 98 tsaka ME. Tapos, compatibility mode for running older applications. Then, some compatibility challenges with 16-bit applications. So, pagdating naman sa Windows Vista, sila yung nag-introduce ng UAC or User Account Control na nagkaroon ng apekto sa ibang applications. Tapos, compatibility issues with certain software due to security changes, then compatibility mode for improved support. So, sa Windows 7 naman, meron daw siyang good application compatibility, then enhance palalo yung compatibility mode. Then, sila yung nag-introduce ng XP mode for running older applications in a virtual environment. Then, sa Windows 8 tsaka 8.1, sila yung nag-shift to a touch-centric interface caused some compatibility challenges. Then, enhanced compatibility mode. Then, Windows Store introduced for modern or Metro apps. Then, sa Windows 10 naman, in-improve nila yung compatibility compared daw sa Windows 8 tsaka 8.1 din. Nagkakaroon sila ng regular updates and improvements through the Windows as a Service model din. Pagdating naman sa Windows 11, they built on the Windows 10 foundation with continued compatibility improvements. So, in-improve lang nila lalo yung compatibility ng mga application dun sa Windows 10. Tapos, support for running Android apps via the Microsoft Store. So, punta naman tayo sa backup and restore procedures. So, pagdating sa Windows 95, meron daw siyang limited built-in backup tools. Then, users often relied on third-party software for comprehensive backup solutions. Then, restoration usually involved manually copying files back to their original locations. Then, sa Windows 98 naman, backup utility included for basic file backup. Restoration involved copying files from the backup location to the original directories. Then, limited system restore capabilities. Sa Windows ME naman, sila yung nag-introduce ng system restore for restoring system files to previous states. Then, the backup tool improved with additional features. Then, users could create emergency startup disk. Sa Windows XP naman, included backup and restore wizard for backing up files and system. Then, system restore allowed users to roll back system files to previous states. So, sa Windows Vista naman, backup and restore center introduced for comprehensive backup solutions, complete PC backup for creating a system image, then system restore continued for file and system state recovery. Sa Windows 7, backup and restore center continued with improvements, then system image backup for complete system backups. Then last, Windows backup included scheduling and disk imaging features. Sa Windows 8 and 8.1, kinarried over daw nila yung backup and restore features ng Windows 7. Then, yung file history and refresh and resets features for system recovery. So, sa Windows 10 naman, yun din, maintain lang nila yung backup and restore features ng Windows 7. Then, sila yung nag-introduce din ng reset this PC and fresh start for system recovery. So, sa Windows 11 naman, niremain lang nila yung backup features ng Windows 10. Then, kinontinue nila yung emphasis sa cloud-based and backup synchronization, tapos improved file history features, tapos in-enhance nila yung system recovery options. So, punta naman tayo sa installation process ng mga operating system. So, sa Windows 95, so mag-start sa boot from a floppy disk or CD-ROM. Then, graphical installation interface, required manual input for certain configuration settings. Then, i-install na yung process involved sa multiple diskettes. So, sa Windows 98 naman, similar daw sa installation ng Windows 95. Tapos, in-improve lang nila yung hardware detection and plug and play support. Tapos, introduce nila yung ability na mag-install from desktop. Tapos sa Windows ME naman, similar daw sa installation ng Windows 98. Tapos in-enhance lang nila yung hardware support. Tapos in-introduce nila yung system restore during the installation process. Sa Windows XP naman, nagsa-start from boot a CD-ROM, then graphical installation interface, then simplified partitioning, and formatting options, tapos automated hardware detection. So, pagdating naman sa Windows Vista, boot from a DVD or USB, then same sa mga nauna graphical installation interface, then in-enhance naman nila yung partitioning ng disk management, tapos in-introduce nila yung Windows Aero interface during setup. Then sa Windows 7 naman, boot din siya from a DVD or USB, tapos user-friendly graphical installation. Ngayon, user-friendly na. Sa iba, graphical installation lang. Then, streamlined partitioning and formatting, tapos improved driver installation and compatibility checks. So, sa Windows 8 and 8.1 naman, boot din siya from a DVD or USB, then introduce a more touch-friendly installation interface. Included options to sign in with a Microsoft account during setup. So, dito na nag-start yung mag-sign in ka ng Microsoft account habang nagsa-setup ka. So, streamlined installation process with fewer prompts. Tapos, Windows 10 naman, same lang sa Windows 8 tsaka 8.1 na boot from DVD or USB, tapos user-friendly graphical installation. Then, sila yung nag-introduce na express setting for quick setup, tapos in-place upgrades for some Windows 7. Tapos, last one, pagdating naman sa Windows 11, boot from a DVD or USB, tapos modernized and simplified installation process, introduce new design elements during setup, tapos in-emphasize yung online account integration. So that's all. Thank you.
Thanks for watching.